If you're like me, you're going to be really excited to see our next speaker. For 2 decades, he's been the face of the longest-running, most-watched home improvement show on TV. He's also an author, a podcast host. Our guest also has a business background, including an MBA from Boston University. And prior to television, he had a career in finance and commercial lending. Before we bring him up, let's roll that reel.
Hey there, I'm Kevin O'Connor, and welcome back to This Old House.
Please welcome the host of the show, Kevin O'Connor.
We brought the tools to you.
Let's do it.
These are all projects we're doing.
Yeah!
Talk to us about what we have here. So the gutters can move thousands of gallons of water away from the house. If you've got a screen door or a screen window and you've got a little rip or a tear.
What impressed you most as you watched closely and observed the work that Team Rubicon does?
When I deployed to start making the show, every person that I met woke up from a cot in a hot, sweaty gym or a YMCA and was ready to work.
Up to 4,000 PSI coming out of this thing, right?
How come yours is cooler than mine?
That's the way it works.
Ridiculous.
It's good to be in Little Rock. We've met some really nice people so far. We've got a seminar open to the public. We are going to do a live What Is It right here in Times Square.
It is my distinct pleasure to present this year's Lifetime Achievement Daytime Emmy Award to the cast of This Old House.
It is nice to be here with the entire crew, and to be part of it is special for me.
Please welcome Kevin O'Connor, the host of This Old House.
Thank you all. So now you know what I do, old houses. So what I want to talk to you about today is the things that I have learned working with the people who I work with that have allowed them to create an attractive situation so that they can recruit and retain people to their companies. And that is a hard job when you are a small business. The other thing that I like about you folks from what I've learned is that I think we are birds of a feather. The people who I work with are all small business owners. They are contractors, they are carpenters, they are insurance agents, they are delivery, they are suppliers, they are designers, they're even freelance photographers and cameramen. They're all small business owners like you guys. And it is a battle to attract people to our companies because we're up against the big ones. And you all know this, right? I mean, you know how hard it is to find people, whether it's for your business or whether you go out to another business and you're looking for service and you can't, there's no one working, or it's not the right people. This is an acute problem. Older people have left the party. Women have left the party. Immigrants stopped showing up to the party, and everyone at the party's drunk because there's a giant punch bowl sloshing around that people are getting drunk on. All of those things in aggregate are permanent reductions to the workforce. That is what we are up against. That is what small businesses are up against. And I don't think anybody here is Google or Facebook who's able to put in a swirly slide or a cafeteria on every floor to attract people. So what are we going to do as small business owners to make ourselves attractive to be able to get these people? The first thing is to understand what employees want. There are studies after studies after studies about this, and there is a very short list on all of the studies. It starts with good pay. Now that may be a problem to some people because they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to write a bigger check, pay a person to do more, so they're doing the exact same thing that someone else is doing. The good news here, or at least the silver lining here, is that everybody is facing that challenge. They want good pay from you, but they want good pay from you and from your competitors. So that is something everyone has to deal with. The other thing is that they want interesting work. You probably feel this as well. They want something to stimulate them intellectually while they're at work. They also want a path to achievement. So they want to know that there is a future in that particular job, whether it be a career or just a position, that there is a path to growth. Flexibility is a gigantic thing. We'll dig into that one in depth. And then they want meaningful work. And I've got a buddy who we work with, and I was talking to him about this, and he turned to me and goes, that's what the paycheck's for. And I was like, yeah, I think you're right. But they're all getting a paycheck. So a paycheck is no longer sufficient. You need to give them a paycheck, and you need to give them purpose. Knowing that that's what folks want, there are some steps that you can do to make yourself more attractive and recruit these people. Build a brand. We'll talk about that one. Embrace social media. Hyper-local is what social media can be about, and it needs to be embraced. You want to expand your talent pool, and by that I mean you want to look in places that you probably currently are not looking. You definitely want to embrace flexibility. Harder for a lot of our businesses to do it than the Facebooks and the Googles of the world, but there are ways to do it. You want to make sure that you're thinking about their careers, for better or for worse. That is part of what you're providing them. You want to definitely embrace productivity, and you want to make the work meaningful. If you can find a way to provide purpose to your employees, I contend you will do a better job of attracting those folks, you will do a better job of retaining those folks, and you will get more out of those folks.
Thank you all very much.